Hey, I am Pratish and I am aspiring data analyst and hopefully data scientist in coming future. To achieve this goal, I have created a step-by-step roadmap where I will be downloading, exploring, and configuring the tools and libraries required in this process, and also will be sharing all the updates and steps here with these videos. First, I have decided to explore PostgreSQL. What is PostgreSQL and why did I choose it? Basically, it is a robust open source database that stores and manages structured data efficiently. As a data analyst tool, it supports complex queries, aggregation, and advanced functions for extracting insights directly from large datasets. To download this, you need to go to the browser. I will be using Chrome and search PostgreSQL on Google. This website will pop up as www.postgresql.org. We will click on this website. Coming inside this website, they have documented it what the PostgreSQL is and about all the history and the versions they have published till now. We won't be exploring all this. We will directly jump into downloading this. We will click on download button. Multiple operating system options will pop up. From here, I will choose Windows as my PC's operating system is Windows. You can also choose macOS or Linux according to your operating system. Let's click on download the installer. Now we have to select the version. I will be selecting the latest version, but I won't be downloading from here as I have already downloaded it in my PC. Let me close the website and I will jump into the install. So here is the installer. Let me open it quickly. This is the welcome page for the PostgreSQL setup wizard. Click on next, and here's the directory path where all the components will be installed. Click the next button. These are the four components which will be installed with this installer, which are required for the smooth and better experience. Click on next. This is the directory where all the data will be stored, which we create inside the PostgreSQL database. Next, here's the place where you need to specify the password. I have already filled the password. You can create your own password, which will be required to authenticate yourself inside the server. Until and unless you provide the password, you won't be able to enter inside the SQL SQL server. Click on next. This is the by default port provided by the system. You can modify it if any of the applications are running on this port, but I will suggest if not, just let it be as it is. Click on next. Let this be low default. Click on next. On hitting the next button, uh, installation will begin. Now the PostgreSQL is installing in your system. Let's wait until it is done. So the setup is successfully installed in our system. We'll click on finish, finish. That's all. Now let's look. As it now, as database is successfully installed in our system, let us use it with shell. We have to search PSQL and it will pop up SQL shell PSQL. You click on this and here it is. You can press enter to skip all this. This all are not required right now. We will just quickly compute the password. You have to enter your password which you have created initially. Now you're inside your PSQL database. Now there are some SQL queries which you need to know to use this as the SQL query language is the only way to communicate with the database. If you don't know how to write queries and if you don't know about the SQL, first you can learn about the SQL, then you can manipulate and create databases and tables and insert data and all that. So as of now, I know some of the queries and commands which is initially required for the data analysis and manipulating data, creating databases. Let me dive into that. For creating database, you need to write create database and the name of the database. That would be my first database. And don't forget to use semicolon at the end of the query, which terminates the line. And this is the very important step to be done. Otherwise, commands will not run as if wanted. Let me hit enter, and the database was successfully created. To check the database available in First this, they will write /L, and this will list all the database inside the Postgres. So currently we have created this my first database, and these are the template database which come with the installation. So to use our database, we need to write /C and the name of our database, which is my first database, and semicolon. Now we are connected with our database, which is my first database. Now let's create our first table. For that, we need to write query, which is create table, and the table name, let's be employee. Now we have to specify the columns. First column will be employee ID. I will keep it as integer, and this will be primary key as well. Next column will be employee name. This will be varchar, and the size will be 40. Size will be 40. And next column will be employee email, which will be varchar again. This time the size will be 100, and this will be not null. Then with the columns, close the parenthesis and is a semicolon. Press enter, the table will be created. To check all the tables inside this database, we will write /dd, and this will list all the tables which will be inside our database. So only one table, as we have created only one, which is employee. Let's insert data inside it. For that, we need to write insert into table name employee values inside a tuple. First was employee ID, that was integer, so let it be one. Employee name was varchar, that will be inside the code as it is a string. And I will write my name as the first entry. Next, this was email, that was also a string. You need to write inside the double quotes or single quotes, whatever you prefer. Let me write my email quickly, which is bypratikshnan@gmail.com. And we need to close this tuple and terminate this line, and insertion was done. To check this, we will write select asterisk from table name, which is employee. This will show all the entries. As for now, we have only one entry. It shows one employee name, the text, employee email, sypratik9@gmail.com. Let's suppose we have entered the email wrong while passing it into the query. So now there are two options. First, we can delete the vowel table. Second, we can update the values which we filled accidentally wrong. To do that, we need to write update table name, which is employee. Which column? We need to update email column, which is emp email, and set it to new email, which is pratyaksh59@gmail.com. Now, there we need to write the condition where, like, on primary key we can use in the condition. So only the condition when met will be updated. Otherwise, if we have multiple entries of email, it might update all. We don't want to do that. We just want to update where the employee ID is one and employee name is separate. Either of the case can be used in the where clause. So we'll write the where condition where employee ID is equal to 1. Terminate the line, press enter, update was done. Let's check if it really happened or not. For that, we need to write select asterisk from table name, which is employee. As you can see, the email is updated. Now, as we have updated the records, let's try inserting more records into the table. For that, we need to write query again, which is insert into table name, which is employee value, which will be second entry, and name will be Alice, and email will be Alice @gmail.com. It shows the parentheses and you will be terminated. One more required is inserted successfully. Let's check if it is or not. Select asterisk from employee. Yes, we have two records now. That is first purchase and second sales. Now, if we want to delete any of the records, we need to write delete from table name which is employee. We need to write condition like where emp id is equal to 2 and deletion was successful. Let's check if it is really deleted or not. For that we need to check again. Select exit from employee. Yes, the record is successfully deleted. So as of now, I'd like to cover all the basics from downloading and installing the PostgreSQL into the system to creating databases, listing all the databases, using the created database, creating tables inside it, inserting values inside the table, displaying the values, updating the values, and again I displayed the values to ensure that updation was successful, as well as I deleted the entries which were unnecessary. So that's all for this video. I would like to thank you all who watched this, and to be clear, I'm not making these videos to gain subscribers and all. I'm just trying to make topics clear to myself, as well as if I could help someone to understand these basic topics, I would be very grateful. So thank you so much again for watching this video.